Geek Dad Life presents Toy Geeks, a live toy talk show. Tonight we're going to talk about Masters of Universe Origins Wave 3 hitting Europe. We're also going to talk about whether or not we should go all in and back that Haslab's Razor Crest. We're also going to share our latest toy hauls and all of that and more today on Toy Geeks. Hello, everybody. Oh, I didn't take this thing down. Hello, and welcome to Toy Geeks. My name is Jay, and with me, as always, is John. John, how you doing tonight?
Good. A little technical difficulties getting this going.
A little bit, which, you know, usually our technical difficulties are like when we're like 10 minutes into the show. So maybe them happening before we start will mean that the show will be fine. But excited to be here. John, it feels like the last time we did a show was 7 years ago, but it was actually just 7 days ago. But glad to be here tonight. But anywho, and John's internet has been a little bit spotty, so if he's freeze Oregon tonight, that's why. But anywho, let's go to the chat, see who's here tonight. Excited to be here to talk toys with you all. Otis the Bulldog. How I want them now. Mer-Man is who I want. Also, Stinker if it comes out. Referencing the fact that we're going to talk about that Wave 3 of MOTU Origins has hit Europe already. We're not supposed to get to like next year.
I know.
What's up with that? Brad Brooks, what's up, y'all? Hello, Brad. Good to see you. Max Rain chilling, playing Hearthstone. I don't know that game. Bad geek. A bad geek. Classic Action Figures. Hi, all. Hello, Classic Action Figures. Where's our MOTU Wave 3? As a matter of fact, where's our MOTU Wave 2? I haven't seen those in Walmart yet. Good call out. They people that pre-ordered on Walmart are getting them, but people that trying to just get them in store, I don't think anybody's I don't know anybody's seen them in store yet.
I haven't seen any retail reports yet.
But pre-orders are starting to ship. Let's see, Jay Griffiths. Hey y'all. Hello, Jay. Good to see you.
What's up, Jay?
From one J to another. I still haven't seen one Mr. T MOTU yet either. Been a struggle to find. Yeah, that's a tough one. Let's see. He is back. You guys need to form Voltron. Danny Val. What's up, Danny? Master Hoarder's in the house. Elias Angelias or Alias Angel Alias. Jesus. Hello there, guys. Will Razorcrest beat Sentinel Haslab project? Great question. We'll dig into that when we get to the Haslab Razorcrest discussion. It'll be a continuation from last week of whether or not we should really or I think John's pretty set in stone he's not going to get it, but I'm still on the fence. Fence. KJ Smith, sup peeps. Hello, KJ.
What's up, KJ?
And Luis Rivera. Hey guys, watching on my 49-inch TV. Well, hopefully this image isn't the image of Gemini isn't that on your page. Excited nonetheless. So yeah, crazy week in the United States. But it seems like, at least we have an elected president, and hopefully things will be a little bit smoother in 2021. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But still excited to be here chatting toys with you, John, as well as everyone else. But let's dig into this question here. Where is it? Trying to. Well, maybe I missed it. There was a question that I did want to call out. But anyways, yeah. Before we get into anything else, John, how was your week?
It wasn't bad, considering. I think my week is being reflected by my internet connection right now because it has been like this all week long. It's been battles with our internet provider.
Yeah.
And this goes back months,
yep.
When they dug up.
Well, I think we lost John again. All right. Well,
dug up our internet line.
Well, John, we might have to switch to the backup plan, the hotspot.
I'm
breaking up.
I'm gonna do that now.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll have John come back in a minute. But anywho, let's see. Danny, recently in Mexico City, MOTU Wave 2 arrived, and now it is sold out. Patiently waiting for Wave 3 and the Gray Skull Castle. I know I think it was Mexico City. The display that they had was amazing. Like, it was just, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have seen it, but it was just a really, really cool Masters of the Universe display. I'm pretty sure it was Mexico City, but it looked incredible. So really, really neat. Let's see. SP Sound, shouts to you, fellows. Shouts to you, SSPS or SSP Sounds. Brad Brooks says, where is Screen Geeks been? Mando Season 2 finally drops, and your MIA. Screen Geeks will be back this Thursday. Ralph and I have been both busy, and to be completely honest, like this Thursday, I was completely burnt out, exhausted, and we're just like, we'll come back next week. So next week, Screen Geeks will be back because I definitely want to talk about the Mandalorian Season 2. All right, John, are you there?
I am. Am I?
It's all right.
Am I here? It's all right.
Kinda. All right. All right. Let's see. All right. So, John, let's just jump right into it here. What hit us up in this week of recent toy hauls? Did you go first last week, or did I go first?
No, you went because I had nothing.
That's right. Okay. So, that means you get to go first today, my friend.
All right. Up first, I got a collection of Street Sharks and Extreme Dinosaurs. If anybody doesn't really remember those.
So when you share the pictures with me, it's Sharks. I don't think I ever had a single Street Shark, but I definitely appreciated them as a kid, but I don't think I ever actually owned any of them. And I don't remember what were the dinosaurs called?
Extreme Dinosaurs.
Yeah, I don't think was it the same brand as Street Sharks, or same company, or just different?
Yeah, they're both Mattel.
Okay.
They came out between 95 and 96, so it was kind of past both of our cartoonish toy buying.
But they're cool. And these look like later, because these looks even like a later version of those characters. Because these that are like, I remember the orca guy and the main shark guy, but these versions of the characters.
Yeah, they're like Wave 2 or Wave 3. They were all, I think they were all like the same characters. They had repaints or just different sort of outfit schemes.
Yeah.
Like you, I really don't know that much about them outside of the fact that there's like a hardcore collecting community for these.
Yeah. And they get expensive.
Yeah, they get really expensive, especially when they're in good condition, because the soft rubber or latex that the bodies are made out of.
Yeah.
Like the paint doesn't hold up on them. Like it flakes off especially around the mouth, it like flakes off because of the rubber. So soft, it just kind of falls off there. But yeah, that guy right there, I can't remember what his name is. Pool Shark something. He's in the worst condition. But the guy there, like the accessories are the hardest part to find. Like the boxer, he's Slugger Slamoo. He has like an actual mouth guard.
Yeah, I see that.
Take out. And then the other guy, the Moto Streaks, is the guy with the rollerblades. His goggles are really hard to find.
That's so 90s.
It really is.
Nate Griffin says Street Sharks and Extreme Dinosaurs eventually crossed over. So,
good to know.
So they were in the same universe. But yeah, again, whenever I see them, I appreciate them. But yeah, my collection generally goes, 77 Kenner Star Wars to Bandai Power Rangers in terms of vintage. But there's been a few times like those Street Sharks are kind of cool. Maybe I should get them, but I've never wanted them enough. But I do appreciate them. I get why they are so popular. Totally get that. Do want to do a quick shout out here. T Ponder says that today is his 16th birthday.
Oh,
happy birthday!
Happy birthday, T Ponder! And you're spending it with us.
I know.
It's an honor.
It's a high honor. Well, everyone out there in internet land, definitely wish T Ponder a happy 16th birthday. I don't know if you got your driver's license. Well, it's Sunday, so probably not, but maybe tomorrow or something. I don't know if that's still a thing that people do, but 16 was like the driver's license year. For sure. But yeah, okay. This is great pickup. Again, like it brought a smile to my face to see that these in the collections that you picked up this week. All right, what's next?
I got a Kenner Batman collection.
Yes,
from Batman, the Dark Knight collection, and Batman Returns. And there were some pretty nice pieces in there. And it was all complete. That was really nice. That was the icing on the cake. Even, the Sky Escape Joker, he has that long gun, that long barreled gun.
Is there a Bob the Goon that can actually stand up?
No. That button that's on his butt that's supposed to hold his leg in place is supposed to clip. Yeah. I've had 10 Bob the Goons and none of them work.
Bob the Goon, man, I love that. He's so ridiculous, but I love Bob the Goon. Okay, I'm sorry. So you said this Joker is complete, even has the little thin gun.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep. He's already sold though. He's taken.
He's spoken for.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then there were some really good figures. I contemplated keeping some of them. Especially the Crime Attack Batman, because that's like the closest version
exactly
to Keaton. But if I sell him, I'll get my money back on the rest of it.
What is the Crime Attack Batman going for these days? I don't even know.
Loose like $25.
Okay, nice.
So not bad.
Yeah, I think I was fortunate enough to buy back most of my Kenner Dark Knight collection and Batman Returns figures. And I still had my Camo Attack Batman. That was a favorite of mine. I remember seeing that commercial. Yep. That was a really cool fig. But anyway, I was able to buy most of them carded from the flea market from our mutual friend Keith for nothing, like $5-10 a figure. So I opened them and had nice minty complete ones for my collection up there. But again, I love that Kenner Dark Knight and Batman Returns line. There is some ridiculousness with the insane amount of repaints of the Batman figure, but still,
yeah,
I think that is part of his charm.
Yeah. At least they changed the color scheme to match the accessories. Like the deep dive Batman, like they made him yellow to match the yellow missile that came with it. So they did a pretty good job. Exactly.
I feel like there's an appeal to them that I do think goes a long way. But that's a great pickup. Love. And again, the Toy Biz stuff too, because I saved a Toy Biz Joker as well as Bob the Goon. I think, is this bike the Kenner one or the Toy Biz one?
It's Kenner.
It's Kenner. Okay.
Yep.
Doesn't Toy Biz like almost have the same type of bike? Almost.
Yes, it is. I think it might be the same thing.
Yeah.
I've never had the Toy Biz one opened. I've had them sealed, but I've never had one loose. But the bike still had the instruction booklets.
Nice.
And then he kept the Kenner cross sell little booklets, with like starting lineup and RoboCop and Swamp Thing and everything else in there. And I haven't looked at one of those in so long. So I was really happy to find those in that box.
I love the Kenner booklets, the little cross-sell guides. Like whenever I find them, I keep them. I have a stack of them in a box somewhere around here, and just those are the best. the best. That's awesome. That's a great pickup right there. All right, and then last but not least from your haul this week, what do you got next?
I bought a collection of DC Infinite Heroes Crisis figures, and these are the DC series of like 3 3/4 or 4-inch scale figures that came out around the same time as the DC Universe Classics.
Yep.
And I've never had any of these at all. This is the first time I've ever bought any of these. And I kind of thought, I remember seeing them in person, like in the package in the stores.
Yep.
And I wasn't really sold on them, because they're kind of goofy. Like the hands are a little bit too oversized on some of them. But then they did a good job on, say, like Firestorm, where he has like a Marvel Universe style body, where he has ball joint shoulders and hips, and there's a really good Batman. But then you look at somebody else, and it's just like a 5 POA, straight cut shoulders, straight cut thighs. So it's a cool series, but it's very inconsistent between the sculpts, the articulation, the goofy faces on some of them. It just doesn't really work.
It was so hit or miss, and this line really ticked me off at the time because, to your point, and again, Hasbro kind of retired Marvel Legends, and they were doing Marvel Universe, which are the 3 3/4 inch scale figures, but at least they were, up to par with the G.I. Joe 25th figures, or what the vintage collection Star Wars. Like, they were great articulation, good sculpts, everything like that.
Yeah.
And these, at the same time, these were on the shelves, and a lot of them, to your point, was just 5 POA. Sculpting was awful. And then sometimes they'd knock it out of the park, like with the Firestorm. It was a really frustrating line to collect back in the day.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I didn't just end up not collecting it.
One more pickup that I did get that I didn't send you a picture of, because I kind of forgot about it, is I got a set of the 4
bright features with an unbroken tie.
Unbroken tie.
Wow.
So they're all in pretty decent condition, except for Winston. He must have had a broken arm somewhere along the line, and they put a screw through his shoulder to attach it back to his body.
Wow.
But they lined it up pretty good, and it still works, even though there's a screw right through it.
I love that, actually, because the fright features, there's 2 main broken fright features. It's Egon's tie, and then it is Winston's non-action feature arm.
Right.
Because the other one is the one that does, it's kind of similar to Brainiac on Superpower, where the pressure is being put on just that normal arm, and they just break off. I think my original kid broke off as well.
Yeah.
Which I have in a box somewhere.
Because you're squeezing it so hard, you almost want his head to spin all the way around 100 times.
Yep.
But I only paid $13 for all 4 of them complete. So I was like, man, not bad, especially for Egon with an unbroken tie.
Yeah, that's like $25 right there. And Jake River says, not to plug another YouTuber, but Toy Ploy just posted a video on how to fix that tie. That is impressive. And plug Toy Ploy all you want. Great channel. They actually subscribe. Toy Ploy subscribes to this channel. So I know they've watched our videos, and I have been a big fan of their work for years. They do amazing restorations. So yeah, plug away. Great channel. If you haven't checked them out, arguably one of the best toy restoration channels on YouTube. And if they've done the tie on the Bright Features Egon, dang, that's pretty awesome. So definitely check. I'm gonna be checking that out.
That's the first.
Right? Like, but the thing is, they're so innovative with the way they come up with fixing things, like taking a Lego piece and sanding it down to then reattach the little nub that the Jedi training ball goes on to, like fixing things that you think couldn't be fixed. They do on that channel. So really good if you're getting into toy restorations. Let's go in the chat real quick just to catch back up. Let's see. There's even more rare sets that stocks. There's a dogs street sharks. Interesting. Happy birthdays for T Ponders. KG Smith. I'm at what I know now. Isn't that's how we all feel? That's
how we all feel, exactly.
I still have the Batman and Robin, even the gold Batman. That Robin, I love the Batman Returns Robin. Again, I loved Robin as a kid. So yeah, I love that was my Robin. Well, I mean, the Toy Biz, the Superpowers, the Batman Returns, and then the animated series Robin, which was the same mold as the Batman Returns, just a different head sculpt.
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne and the Batman. Again, that line is so good. Scott D asks, did you guys collect the first waves of McFarlane Spawn figures? Still have a bunch of those somewhere myself. I feel like everybody did.
Yep. I bought that first wave.
Yeah, I didn't even like Spawn, and I picked them. It's just like you just did it. You don't know why. You just bought
because everybody else was. That's the
right.
only reason.
It was such a game changer when Spawn
Mhm.
first came around. Changed the industry. Jaker says they're called muscle mutts.
Muscle mutts.
Muscle mutts. I have to look them up. That's pretty
Yeah, me
awesome.
too. I got to check that out. I've never heard of that.
Let's see. Classic Action says I still have a few Spawn figures and the McFarlane Monster series too. There's something that is charming about those 90s ones. And Eddie Aguilar's here. Hello, Eddie. Good to see you. All right. So it's my turn now. First things first. This came in. All mine were like online things that eventually I pre-ordered and they eventually showed up. So first is the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Casey Jones mask, which is also hitting retail right now. So I figured I would open it up live.
Oh,
and see how cool it is.
This is a treat.
Yeah, so let's take it out.
I did see some posts that it was showing up at retail. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's not very expensive. I think it was like $29 or something. It wasn't that much. I mean, it's just a piece of plastic, but sometimes they'll make these things and
oh yeah, they're just charging you for the licensing.
Exactly, but it's pretty reasonably priced. And look at that. That's like straight out of the movie.
Oh yeah, that looks really good.
Which is all right. So let's see if I can put it on my fat head. And see if it works with the headphones.
Do they have the straps pre-adjusted for an adult?
I may have taken it out and just made sure it would fit before. There you go.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
But it's actually it's pretty comfortable. Like it's not bad.
Does it have padding on the inside, like against your face?
It has padding right here against the forehead. That's the only spot, but that's really all you need. And again, as far as masks go, like I can see pretty good. I don't feel claustrophobic. It's not good if you're trying to not catch COVID because there's big slats right here.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, maybe I could customize it, put a cloth right behind it there, and I'll just stores like this, and I definitely won't get arrested, right? I think it's cool. I think it's pretty neat. So there you go.
That's what you're wearing on our next year's Halloween show.
Anyway, all right, Eddie. Let's see. Colleen says $29. That's my wife, by the way, people in the chat. And Luis backs me up here. It is $29.99. So there you go. Paul Christopher says, I got the mask too. I want it for my Halloween costume, but it didn't come in time. Oh no. Well, Phil, you got it ready for next year. Like John said, we'll have enough time to prepare next year. Both John and I will dress up, and maybe I will do Casey Jones.
Yeah. I'll figure something out.
Halloween episode. Your Quint costume looked pretty spot on, but if you have to try something new, then good luck. Eddie Aguilar says, keep it on the whole time now. No, not going to do that.
There was something in there. Gave you eye irritation. Got to return it.
Bugging me now. But anyway, Eddie Aguilar says, it's an awesome price. These Star Wars helmets are just too damn expensive. I know. Like I said, again, under $30. That's dope. It's just a piece of plastic. I mean, it shouldn't cost much more than that. But again, us geeks, we know they can overcharge. So I got to find somewhere ready to put over there with the hoverboard, other props. So that's that. All right. Last but not least is this thing that finally arrived. I pre-ordered it on Hasbro Pulse in April. But much like a lot of things in Hasbro Pulse, you purchase them and it takes 7 years for it to show up. But it is the Furby kind of style child figure.
Oh.
And so it's a little pricey. It's $59. But it's apparent. I haven't taken it out of the box yet. But apparently it it's like interactive and
oh wow. Its eyes blink and everything. Well,
but yeah, it does 25 standard movement combinations, touch your head, and how you can interact with it, and it sleeps and all these other things. So It seems cool. I mean, I would have to take it out of the box to kind of see if it's a keeper or not, but I think it's kind of neat. Literally, we went to Target today for our weekly kind of just, supply run for groceries and everything. And no joke, half the toy aisle in Target was Baby Yoda stuff. Just Baby Yoda. Baby. So you can find it probably anywhere right now. But there's a million that kind of look very similar. This is the interactive child figure for $59. So that is that. Those are my pickups.
Do they still make Furbies?
They brought them back for a minute. I feel like it's the same tech as Furbies, even though it doesn't have the little weird head thing. But so anyway, all right. There's the toy hauls. John, big news out of Europe again. They're getting MOTU Origins before us, and that's okay. Because honestly, I know that us in the States, we generally get stuff before everywhere else. So if that's the case, that overseas, or even I think Mexico got Wave 2 before us, even Canada, that's fine. I'm not bitter or anything. But we actually do get to see what these figures are for the first time, and kind of what's your thoughts now that we've kind of seen them in package and everything, and what we've seen?
Now that I've seen Roboto like in action, seen a video of him on Instagram, I cannot wait for him. And I was sort of on the fence because he's not like one of my top figures for vintage stuff.
Yep.
But seeing him with articulated elbows and knees and twisting and the gears moving, blew my mind. I cannot wait for him.
I think I'm trying to see where I saw it, because I saw that video too.
Yeah, it's on Planet Eternia there.
Okay, so then make sure, oh, here we go. There it is. There. Let's see if I can go full screen. Yeah, that's awesome. That looks really, really cool. And the colors are dead on too.
And I was expecting just the gears turning in his chest. I didn't think his mouth would be flapping.
Yep. So really, really cool. Excited about that one for sure. And then some people are kind of, I don't want to say poo-pooing She-Ra, but I think she looks pretty good, to be honest.
I won't be hurt if I don't find her.
Really? Digging the She-Ra?
Not really.
No?
No. I won't be a completist. I can go take her or leave her.
I thought she looked kind of cool, but I'm getting the, here we go. This was shared by, so straight from Planet Eternia. So this is from them directly. But I don't know. I think I kind of dig it. I think it looks pretty good. But I have the PowerCon exclusive pre-ordered, which has rooted hair. It looks like a lot more is put into it, obviously, than the retail release.
Yep.
I think the art looks great. And I mean, I think the one thing that maybe is just the hair looks really, the non-rooted hair, it kind of looks too fake or too toy-y. I don't know. What is that kind of feeling here?
Yeah, it looks a little bit, I mean, granted, it's a $15 figure. It's really made for kids. But the plastic hair it looks weird. And I'm also not sold on the sword, because that's not her sword.
What? So you're saying you don't want it to be gold, you want it to be like the more
well, even like the guards on the side, like that, like her sword didn't look like the power sword. I mean, it did sort of, but it was sort of miniaturized. And I think they should have went with that rather than slapping the jewel on He-Man's power sword.
It is thinner though than I get it though. It is different. It has the more He-Man style guard, and then the She-Ra one is more Filmation's style power sword. So I get that. And then Classic Extra says she looks good. Old School Shinobi's in the house. Hello, Old School. Glad to see you here. Don's not #1 She-Ra fan club member.
Not at all.
My wife is a big She-Ra fan. She grew up with She-Ra, so I know she's someone that appreciates it. I was one that never had a She-Ra toy as a kid because I was very much, or at least my dad or my parents was like, "You're not getting a girl's toy." So anyway, then I never had them. But if in the modern context, I'd get a She-Ra. I'll gladly have this She-Ra in my collection because I think she's a badass character. But a lot of people still hate those knees. I don't mind the female knee joints so much, but maybe that's just me. I don't mind them.
Yeah, it really doesn't bother me. And the one thing that I realized going through these DC Infinite Heroes figures, some of these figures have those exact knees.
Interesting.
Like Deathstroke here. He has She-Ra's knees. They're identical to him.
Oh wow. Yeah. Again, I'm not saying you're wrong. Anybody that hates the knees or doesn't like them, I get it, because a lot of people don't like them, and even in the chat right now. Danny says the She-Ra looks kind of bootleg, but it's not. Lords of Power looks amazing. I get it. It does look a little. I think it's the yellow. The yellow doesn't. It does look a little bit cheaper.
Yeah.
And the PowerCon one does look better. Master Blast says, "What's up with the tore up looking skirt?" Not wrong, Master. Again, yeah, I get it. But Super 7 I think made a pretty good one. But the problem with the Super 7 one, and I have it right over here, it doesn't stand up for anything. Like I have that Super 7 She-Ra with my Eternia display right over here. I'll just show it real quick. Maybe I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it's just laying down on its back because it can't stand so my hope is, and again, I do think the PowerCon one is going to be significantly better. It is more expensive too, so it should be. But yeah, now I can see why people are kind of hating on the retail release of She-Ra, but hopefully in hand. I feel like in hand, every single one of the MOTU Origins figures look and feel better in hand. So my hope is this is the case for the She-Ra as well. Are those Eddie Aguilar's those knees or elbows? Yeah, she does seem a bit like it's 7:30 a.m. walk of shame time. Oh, poor She-Ra, poor She-Ra. Well, maybe it's because she doesn't have her crown here in this picture. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Anywho, and then let's see. I think this picture had some of the other ones. The Mer-Man, I think it actually looks pretty good. I think the Lords of Power one is the one I'm going to display. I think it looks infinitely better. But I think it looks pretty solid. The head sculpt looks really good. Just in these package shots.
I like it. It looks straight up like the vintage one.
Yeah.
But you can, have a little bit more posability. I'm sort of opposite than you. I do prefer this one over the Lords of Power version.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Which is fine. We don't have to agree all the time. But yeah, no, for me, maybe it's just I'm the mini comics fan. I just like that look better. But also, I love Stinkor, and it's in my own mind, it's nice for them to have different head sculpts, and that always helps in my mind, anyway. But and then the Zodak, I think Zodak looks badass. Really excited for Zodak. Again, he's one of my favorite characters, so I'm pumped about him. I think that was one of your most anticipated ones too, right?
No, it was one of my least anticipated ones.
Oh, that's okay. Opposite. Sorry.
Yeah. I never had Zodak when I was a kid. I think my only real recognition of Zodak when I was a kid was the book and record that the Point Dread came with.
Yes.
Where, once I listened to the story, on my little Fisher Price record player with the 45 that it came with.
Yep.
I was like, oh, that's who Zodak is, because I remember seeing him on card backs or on the back of the mini comics.
Yep.
But he wasn't one that my mom ever bought me, probably because she looked at it and said, he kind of looks boring,
I feel like that to me was always Zodac's charm, is he is kind of an afterthought figure, you know, clearly. But I feel like I don't know, and I'm trying to remember which mini comic turned me on to him, or maybe it was just a normal comic book. Either way, I really dug his kind of like neutral, like I'm not taking a side. You know, I don't know, just in my mind, I just think from the play perspective, always dug him, and maybe because I like underdogs and I like the sad losers, and maybe but I genuinely do really. I've always loved the vintage one. I love Zodak, Zodak from the 2000X, and I love that they did both in.
I really like the Zodak with Zodak with a K in the classic series. I love that figure.
Love Zodak with a K, and I hope they make him here. And I like the kind of Green Lantern Corps deal that they've kind of developed for the Cosmic Enforcers. So that whole, like, the way they've expanded the mythology there, I think even as an adult now, I like Zodak even more. But some Zodak fans in the house here. Master Hoarder says Zodak looks awesome. And Landeros 554, She-Ra looks like she lost Swiftwind. What is with the face, guys? The rest of the way, it's not a great face. I will agree there. I prefer the other head sculpt they used with Mer-Man in the past. Again, that's where I feel like the Lords of Power one kind of scratches that itch, so to speak.
Yeah.
Wish they made the chariot for him. You know, if this line continues to do well, like, there's no reason they couldn't make a chariot for him.
That was the initial plan for him. He was supposed to come with his silver hover chair. When this initial news broke out of the Germany convention, and it had that master list, which 95% of it has panned out to be true. Zodak was supposed to come with his hover chair. So I'm going to guess that's going to be another San Diego or PowerCon exclusive at some point.
Yeah. I don't see why not.
Maybe Zodak with a K will come with the power chair. The hover chair.
Yes. Let's do it. Old School Shinobi says Zodak was the first MOTU I ever got when the line first started way back when. So there you go. Old School gets it. That's why. Master Planner, wonder if he's got the hairy chest. You said that, and I'm like, I have the Beast Man. I don't know if I double checked to see if he had a hairy chest or not. Luis Rivera, 100%. He does look vintage perfect. That's in reference to Mer-Man. And Anna Sedberg says would like to see him do a 2000X Zodak. They have to, and they will. There's no way they won't. Because again, it's a very low lift figure to make. I think you should the feet and but the little the tattoos, boom. Give it an unmasked head sculpt. That would be really cool too.
Yeah, it would.
That's why
I'm into it.
That'd be cool if it was like a Comic-Con exclusive where you got the chariot, got the unmasked head, masked head. Just go all out. Make it a deluxe figure. Luis says exactly, he's one of my first MOTU figures I got. Scott D, did you guys have the suction He-Man guy Leech? I had that one, of course.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I had two of them.
Right. There's something about Leech where it must just been the one that all grandparents, aunts, uncles like bought kids, because somehow I don't think I've ever run into a toy collection. When I buy toy collections today from people, like bringing boxes down there, they may have no other He-Man figure, but there's a Leech in there.
Yes.
There's something about that figure back then that must just been the case. And Landeros 554 says, guys, here's a true story. My two cats are named Zodak and Zartan. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
And when Old School Shinobi says, now you need two dogs, Tomax and Zamat. And then Master Order Target exclusive. Sure. I guess if it has to be.
I hope not.
Zodak will have his grocery store hover around chair. A rascal. Oh man.
With a little flag hanging off the back. It's the gray skull flag.
Yes. Adam Weber says, do you think they would do a pack and figure with Point Dread? Absolutely. They've done pack and figures. Got a pack and figure coming with Castle Grayskull, with Darkness Sorceress. We got the Prince Adam with the Jet Sled. So yeah, absolutely, I could see him doing one. What do you think they'd put in there? Do you think they put in that guy? I can't remember his name. One of the.
I think the Fighting Foemen.
Yes.
What was his name? The one that came, or it was based on the art from the Monogram model kit.
Exactly.
There was Destroyer, there was Shield Maiden Sherilyn, and I can't remember the third guy, but it's one of them. But yeah, I bet it would be him.
That'd be cool. That'd be really cool. Two worst words of 2020 Target exclusive. We're with you. That's where we usually hit this button. Or we got this one too. Classic. Actually, I have to agree with Luis on this one. Walmart exclusive is worse. I would agree. Personally, I think Walmart is worse. I mean, it's all bad. It's bad no matter how you ship. But Walmart exclusive means you have to go into Walmart. So that's
at least Target exclusives, when they do show up at retail, they seem to show up more than a few times at the same store.
Correct.
Whereas Walmart, they get it once and it's gone when it's sold.
Yep. Agreed. Todd Smith says, I can hardly wait for Hordes, guys. Modulok, Mantena, Grizzlor, and yes, Leech too. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Horde is great. The Horde is great. And even the Snake Men. And because if there's anything in the vintage ones that just don't match up, like King Hiss is kind of a terrible vintage figure. So like taking another like getting modern articulation that can like make it better. I think it'd be really cool.
I think they'll do it like a deluxe figure, like the 2000 or like the classics version,
with the
where you get the legs body with two alternate torsos.
Yes,
rather than the snap-on armor and the arm sleeve things. Is a terrible.
I agree. I hope they do it deluxe, because if they did a retail version, it's going to be very hard to do that. So, I'm sorry, people. My chat's blown up here if you're hearing that. But anyway, all right. Let's see. And I think so I think that's it. Oh no, and the Roboto, which you looked at earlier. Again, I think Roboto looks great. Really dig the colors. If the only thing I maybe will nitpick a little bit is they went with a blue kind of cut peg joint here. It looks like on the knees, which I wouldn't do silver again so that it would match. But you're more of a toy maker than I am. Any reason why they would go blue?
I mean, all it is a disc. It's just a disc joint that's in there. They should have just molded it in silver. I don't know why they went blue.
Yeah.
Doesn't, it's not aesthetically pleasing.
Exactly. But yeah, I'm really excited for it. Kudos to the States. Let me see if I can quit this chat here. That's blowing up right now. Apologize for that. But yeah, definitely check. I follow a few different Facebook pages, but Planet Eternia is great. I think it's German. So they're getting good looks at all of those. I did want to call out these real quick because the next wave of the Masters of the WWE figures, looks like we got a Dragon Blaster Skeletor accessory here with that one, which looks really cool.
Yes. And the interesting thing is they have it attached to Mer-Man armor.
I know. There was better pictures here. Let's see if I can get. Was it up here? Yeah, I missed it. But anyways, really excited for that line. Again, I don't even like personally. I didn't even really want them, but they're really cool. Here, that's a better picture. Like, and I look at the little the fish scales there on the legs. That's awesome.
I wonder if Skeletor will come with the chain, because it's got the padlock, but there's no chain and cuff. Like the handcuff that goes through the armor on the chest.
Yeah, Yes, you're
So I
right.
wonder if Skeletor will come with that.
He probably will. He probably will. How do I mute my chats right now? They're blowing up.
You're
Sorry
a
about
popular guy. You're a popular guy. What can you
Apparently.
say?
But anywho, there you go. Hide alerts. All right, now we're good. But yes, yeah, the Roddy Piper looks great, and there we go.
I might have to get that Macho Man, and I'm not even a wrestling guy.
But look, what's cool is you've got the Man-at-Arms shin guards. You got this Hordak chest shield or chest armor. Just looks dope. Looks really, really cool. But anyways, yeah, I stopped being a wrestling fan when I was like 7. So there's a lot that I just don't know. But anyway, I do like the classic guys from when I was a kid. But yeah, looks really, really cool. So again, has me pumped for Wave 3 of MOTU, and maybe I'll be able to find a way to somehow get those over here in the States so I can get them in my hands so I can review them on the channel. But anywho, all right. That is MOTU Origins Wave 3 hitting Europe. Really exciting stuff. And let's go to the chat a little bit here. Are any of these modern figures built anymore with the old method of holding together internally with the elastic band like G.I. Joe? I don't think any do rubber internals like G.I. Joe or Masters of the Universe did, right?
No, I don't think there's any. Because I mean, even for assembly, I don't think it's cost efficient, for anybody to sit there and put rubber O-rings, by hand. I don't think it's done anymore.
Yeah. Well, and it doesn't. It's a bad design just because the rubber dries and it's going to break. So, yeah. Adam Smedberg asked, "Do you prefer the vintage or 2000X King Hiss and the Snake Men?" There's a lot that I like about the vintage ones, but I just feel like the 2000X designs were more compelling. Maybe in terms of the show and the figures that we got. The vintage ones in concept are really cool, but in actuality and in practice, like King Hiss's face is just kind of really stupid looking. Again, I have one. It's a classic. I'm not gonna knock it because it's an essential figure. But if I'm being honest, I would really like MOTU Origins to give us a really cool looking vintage style King Hiss.
Yeah.
Look, I think Classics did a great job too. I think that one looked awesome.
Yeah, and I really like the 2000X King Hiss in Classics, the battle armor version.
Yeah.
That came with Snake Armor He-Man, that 2-pack. I really like that one too.
Agreed. Let's see. Bridget McNamee 2026. Who is that? What the F did I find? Welcome to our live toy talk show. We talk toys. It's fun. Let's see. A mullet, a wife beater strap t-shirt, and a loincloth is not a good look for Roddy. Oh man. Let's see. Let's make sure I didn't miss anything else. Oh, and Jay Griffith says, in response to Roboto and the joints, blue is likely cheaper to make. Again, I get it. And the other joints look like they were blue too, so probably just a cost saving thing. And again, these figures are so cheap compared to other things we're seeing in terms of the scale and everything like that. I get it. So I'm not sitting here like, go, why doesn't it have this to kill the land? I'm not thinking that at all. I'm just saying it's just an observation.
Yeah, if it's that bothersome, get a $1 paint, at Michael's and fix it yourself.
Exactly. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right. Well, let's go into the next big thing, or the last big thing we want to talk about today, which is it's the second to last day of the Haslab's Star Wars Vintage Collection Razor Crest. And very curious to see who out there in the chat has already got one or maybe is on the fence. And maybe the last straw poll between John and I on what's the likelihood we back. Well, we don't need to back anymore. It's already been fully fully funded. But it looks so dope.
Did the last whatever you call it, the last thing get unlocked?
They all got unlocked. So everything's been unlocked. We're getting the Razor Crest. We're getting the first unlock, which is the escape pod. We got the second unlock, which is the exclusive child figure with the end of season 1 hover pram. Unlock 3, 4 carbonite blocks. Unlock 4, clear display stand, and unlock 5, the off-world Jawa Elder with exclusive kukri knife necklace, open mudhorn and card back. So we're getting everything. So all unlocks are there. The flight stand is so cool. Look at that. Look at that.
That would be the only reason I would buy this, honestly.
Not even all these little add-ons?
No, not really. I mean, the carbonite blocks are cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, there's plenty of, Baby Yoda figures. But they did such a good job on the flight stand. Really, the way that it's angled, it looks fantastic.
It does. Gosh, I'm still, I don't know. I'm not 100%. I'm leaning. I'm like maybe 52% yes right now. But we'll see how it feels tomorrow. If I feel the pressure, but I do think it looks really cool. And again, I'm definitely heavily influenced by the fact that Mandalorian season 2 is happening right now. So I'm in the universe. I'm feeling it. I'm a part of it. But God, how do I stop it? Please stop. Anywho, all right.
Yeah, with the fact that season 2 is been so good, that would be the only reason like I'm into it right now. As soon as if there was no season going on, I would pay no attention.
Yes. Indeed. Yeah, Anywho, that's how are we doing on the chat? Who's getting one? Let's check it. Let me go back to make sure. Eddie says it's beautiful. It is. It's glorious. Man, I would still love to jump on this, but I cannot swing the price tag right now. It is pricey. It is pricey. Danny seems to be seconding that thought here. Luis says, I love that Amazon exclusive rock. I already have it. To the MOTU or MOTU WWE. Max Rain says, yeah, I'm on a high fence, but it does look better with paint. For sure. It looks way better with paint. So I'm glad we got that look. Because I do think it looks fantastic and so much details in this thing. And I think they've got that kind of chrome look pretty good as well. Like it looks like a model kit. Who knows if it'll be that nice once we get it, but
right.
It's really nice. Classic Action Figures says that he caved. Totally get it. Brad Brooks says, get it. Did you get it, Brad? Did you get it? That's my question. I don't know why, but I need 3 of these. 3, Eddie? And if I remember, I think, Eddie, didn't you have like 8 Sentinels? If I'm remembering correctly, I think it was Eddie Aguilar. I'm not 100% certain.
I think it was up to 4.
But 3? Why would you need 3? There's only 1 in the show. But hey, listen. Whatever makes you happy. That's what I'm here for it. Jake Rivers says, speaking of Haslab, what do you think chances of a new USS Flagguard? No way.
No, I think 0%, I think.
And there's no way. It's too big. And if they ever did, it would pale in comparison to the original.
Yeah.
I have an original complete right there. It's massive. Look at the Technodrome above it. Technodrome's a pretty big set. It's dwarfed in comparison. Or the Jurassic Park command play set. Look at that thing. It's tiny sitting next to the USS Flag. There's no way. There's no way they do it. I'm saying it. Never gonna happen. Watch, that's the next one's gonna come out. But there's no way. Maybe like maybe they'll just do pieces of it, over like 10 years, and then eventually you can put it together.
Oh yeah.
It'll cost you 20.
It's like Yeah, it's like building the Eagle Moss Ecto 1 or the DeLorean. You get like 3 pieces a month.
And those things always end up being like $5,000, right? Like I've never done one of those Eagle Moss things. I feel like they're always a scam, but that's just
Oh
me.
yeah, it's super expensive.
'Cause I
And
feel like
I don't even know if it's worth it in the end.
no, because I feel like I may be completely wrong. I may be just talking out of my butt, but I feel like that Eagle Moss Ecto 1's like $5,000 once you've put it all together or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe
But you get the first month free, and it's like the license plate or something like that.
the license plate with the 2 screws to put it in.
Yeah.
Bill School says only 3. PD Dub's finally here. Heyo, PD Dub. Now it's a party. Max Rain says I haven't gotten any vehicles yet. Those GI Joe ones are definitely tempting with the price. GI Joe great. Or
the retro vehicles, the Hiss tank and the
Yeah.
Ostriker.
Yep. Alias Angel Alias, I'm in for one. Old School saying hi to PD Dubs. Eddie says get one. All right, maybe. Again, I'm definitely in the.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
There's a chance. There's a chance it might happen. Just getting an extra if you change your mind down the road. Oh, thanks. Let's see. Eddie, that's right.
Oh man,
Sentinels for Eddie. Good lord. P Dubs, Mattel can make vehicles for MOTU. Why can't Hasbro do it for Marvel Legends of the Black series? I'm with you, P Dubs. I feel like Hasbro says these things can't be done. You got to drop $350 for this ship that 15 years ago. There's no way we wouldn't have one of these on toy shelves. But anyway, that would be $750 for a 6-inch scale. That's true. It's true.
It would be massive. It'd be giant.
Yep. Maybe they'll announce a bonus for Mando Monday breaking 20K. Maybe. He also Alias also says good luck to everyone thinking they will be able to flip this, keep it, and enjoy it. It depends. I think it does depend how many they actually made. Do they have the actual number on here? Over 20,000 backers. Now I'm trying to put that in perspective of a retail release. That's still pretty small numbers, right, John? Or
yes, but are they just telling us the amount of single orders? Like is Big Bad Toy Store considered one backer, and they ordered 5,000 pieces?
Yep.
I like that number is deceiving. We don't know if it's quantity ordered or if it's individual backers.
That's a good point. I feel like that would be disingenuous if it wasn't, because it's the whole point is to sell a certain number of items, not to have a certain number of backers, right? But I don't know. I don't know the economies of how Hasbro specs that out.
Yeah, I think I'm willing to bet that it is individual backers, and the quantity is hidden from us.
Yep.
Whereas if they say initially that they needed 5,000 backers, that was 5,000 individual people that they needed to have it done, as long as they each ordered one. But once it hit 5,001, it doesn't really matter. It's going to get made regardless.
Yeah.
So they can hide the fact that Entertainment Earth or Big Bad Toy Store each ordered 1,000 pieces each. I'm willing to bet that is hidden from us.
Eddie says no, it's like the Sentinels, each one was each backer. But again, to your point, John, what about the Big Bad Toy Stores and Entertainment Earth? I feel like that is something I'd like to know the details on. Alias Angel Alias says, would anyone buy one if this wasn't a Haslab project? Would you buy it at retail for $350 or wait for it to go on clearance? I'm a big clearance guy. I love waiting to go on clearance, especially Target, because they're so quick to clearance stuff. And I've gotten a lot of great stuff, like the Voltron, Playmates Voltron. I got it for like $50 or something. It was really cheap. So I love doing that. And I think my AT-AT was clearance as well. So it's kind of a shame that they aren't putting a lot of these at retail, because it is a good game to play. That That 6-inch TIE fighter for the Black Series for the new movies.
Mm-hmm.
That one was clearance to almost nothing compared to the original retail price.
Right. Yeah, it was like $25. Last time I walked by it at retail and clearance, it was super cheap. But then we would see them at the toy shows, and people could not get rid of them for anything.
Because it's the paint scheme of those TIE fighters. If they would be a straight up like vintage TIE fighter, sold like I think it was sold way better.
Yep.
At least it would have clearance better. The thing was huge though. Let's see. Old School Shinobi, gotta be honest, dropping $350 on something I won't have until a year from now is a sticking point. I'd be more inclined to buy it off the shelf for $350 though. I think it's a good point because you're dropping it now and it's a year till you get it.
Yep. There's no gratification.
Yeah, it's a tougher pill to swallow. For sure. 100%. And let's see. And Landeros, I think both of you should get one. You guys work hard and make great content. Deserve to treat yourselves. It will be your own Christmas gift from you to you. Again, this is probably my Christmas gift to myself. BT Dubs, the Ecto one. November 15th. Get one if you need one. But again, that's a really steep price. But that's just me. Let's see. Todd Smith, did you guys get the massive Galaxy's Edge Falcon? No, because I have the first one they released of the big Millennium Falcon. You can see it right there. It's really big. And it's great. It's honestly, it's one of the greatest ship play sets of all time. It's incredible what they did with that set. And it's great they re-released it for 5 times what the original retail price was. But it is cool. It is cool. YouTube will be flooded with unboxing vids for this when it drops, like the Friday the 13th Blu-ray unboxings that were everywhere. Hey, listen, Old School, if I do end up getting it, you're gonna watch my unboxing video, all right? Maybe they made extras because there might be some queue issue. Probably.
Oh yeah, they always do about 10% extra.
BMF trumped the Razorcrest due to electronics. Absolutely. The BMF is amazing. The electronics are amazing. The lights are amazing. All of the play areas are great. Even the added things like the escape pod little flyer. It's awesome. It's really, really cool. Phoenix Richardson says, I asked that question about the sail barge at the last San Diego Comic-Con. Each number represents 1 unit. For example, if I buy 3, then it will reflect 3.
Oh.
There you go.
How about that?
That's according to the guy at the Hasbro booth. Well, it all depends, Phoenix, if that guy was trustworthy or not. Old School says, I'm setting the reminder for your video September 21 now, Jay. Thanks, Old School. I appreciate the support. Zach asked a few questions around different TV shows. If you want, Thursday nights, my buddy Ralph and I, we usually talk about TV shows and movies and stuff like that. It's called Screen Geeks. Definitely do that. And we did talk about Clone Wars Season 7. All things geeky we talk about, or screen things we talk about there. All right. Well, John, I think that's everything, right?
Wraps it all up.
Yeah.
One real quick thing, just because I thought of it when you mentioned the Voltron, is I didn't know if you knew about it or if I don't think we talked about it.
Yeah.
But they're reissuing the classic Voltron again.
Yes.
Yes. Was it Playmates that did that?
Yes, Playmates did it.
But they're doing it in a box set. It's a Walmart exclusive. And it was like completely under the radar. I went on I was looking at Walmart for the Masters of the Universe minifigures, and it just happened to show up where it was already on clearance, and it was like $50.
What?
Yes. And I haven't seen this thing in stores. I haven't seen it anywhere. Like the regular price was like 120 or 100 anyway. But there wasn't a picture of it other than that.
Huh. Look at that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yep.
That's awesome. It's for anybody that's curious about it. and it's like it ships not too long ago. If you're talking about Christmas presents for yourself, one, that's a great price, and two, it's a great Voltron. It's right there. You can see it. You can see how big it is too, because it's pretty close to. That's almost, it's getting up there to the AT-AT, the Legacy AT-AT.
That's an awesome Voltron.
It's a great Voltron. And especially, I stupidly went all in on that Maddie Collector one. Paid full price for it. Luckily, I think I was able to sell it for double what I paid, so that was fine. I didn't even open them. I was just like, once I saw the reviews of people put them together, I was like, that's garbage. I'm not going to keep this. It was a lot bigger than that one, but it was just so clunky. I get it. I applaud them for going for it, but it just wasn't a great Voltron.
You can only make a combiner so big before it's a bad idea.
Yeah. But the Playmates one, great. And again, price, it's fantastic. It's a really good Voltron. So definitely. Anywho, let's see. Let's close out the chat for the night. Master Horror says, Woot Voltron. Colt says, I want them to reissue the original diecast Voltron. I'd never had one. It's been reissued other than the crappy version in the late 90s as a Trendmaster one. Yeah, I'd be curious. I've had the diecast one at one point in time, the Matchbox release, not the original. I would love an original one, but those are pricey. Also full of lead. I don't know, maybe it was just the Matchbox full of lead.
They both were.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So I did sell mine because I got a full collection of the Panos Place, the Castle of Lions, and the full Voltron, a bunch of the figures. So to me, I thought it was a more compelling display to have all of those, even though I do think the Panos Place set or Panos Place version of the Voltron is not as good as that Matchbox one. The actual Castle of Lions and all the figures and everything, I think, makes that whole collection better than just having the Matchbox Voltron. So that's what I went with. Old school Show Me says the Matchbox one is full of lead. Yes, the paint on that one has way too much lead in it. It was recalled in the United States. Not everybody sent them back, so you can usually tell if was it Bandai of Japan or something, the little sticker.
Yeah, it says Japan GB36 Y and K on the little silver sticker.
Yep. So, that is a thing. Todd Smith says, well, we need to do a whole live stream on tips for being collector, hunting, budgeting, not getting screwed, displaying, selling, and everything else. You guys rock. Thanks, Todd. That's a great call out.
Thanks, Todd.
I don't know if we done a straight up episode like that before. I know we've done a few, but not straight up like that. It's a good call out. That's a great suggestion, Todd. Zach says Ghostbusters 2 Plasma Series. I love Ghostbusters 2, so I'm in. I'm all the way. Jedi Axel says the Lego Voltron is amazing. I agree. It is fantastic. I have my 6-inch Master. Oh, so Old School Shinobi. Yes, just be careful, Old School. Just don't lick the paint, and I think you'll be okay. But it is.
Yeah. No matter how delicious it looks, just stay away.
Because we all know the lead paint, it looks better.
I know.
It just might kill you.
Red paint isn't strawberry flavored.
Hit the like button for classic. Hit that like button if you haven't done it already. John Faust says, and I fully just ordered that Voltron. Thanks for the heads up. There you go. Tips and tricks. Good call out, John. Do you guys toss empty figure box to save or resale? I stupidly save them, and I don't know why.
I save mine for my own stuff. I save boxes.
Same here, and it's really frustrating because then I just have all these, but I can't throw them away. It's a disease, people. It's a disease. But I've never resold them though. I don't know how much that would be worth. And I collect vintage ones too. Like if I see vintage card backs, I buy them up. I have like vintage card backs galore. I've got Kenner Ghostbusters, Kenner Star Wars, Ninja Turtles. Like whenever I find them at a toy show or something, I'll buy those things up. I don't know why. I just like them. I think it's because just as a kid, like the backs, the cross sell on the backs was just like, you didn't have iPads or anything. It was just like you would just stare and like imagine amassing this collection of figures. It was just that was part of the experience. I want them to do new O-ring G.I. Joe figures that are like the originals, but more detailed, more cartoon accurate. Absolutely. Again, they did an amazing Kenner Ghostbusters line, real Ghostbusters. They do fantastic reissues of Transformers, and then they just reissue the 25th Joes.
I know. We talked about that. This has been our discussion on our like reissue and retro episode.
Yeah.
Prior to that Retro Joe line being announced, it was like the week before. And we said, if they're going to do it, go O-ring. And I was in for it. Like, I would be buying them.
Yeah.
But I'm not into that 25th style Joe figure.
Because we already bought them 15 years ago, whatever that was.
Yeah, right?
Their new Retro Joe line is a big... Anyway, Jay, old school asked Jay, where is Screen Geeks airing now? I haven't seen it here in the channel. We just took a couple weeks off this past week. Seemed to last a lifetime. Needed just a quick breather. But Ralph and I will be back next Thursday at 9:00 for Screen Geeks. Ben Work says poop. Too late on licking the paint. It's all right, old school. Just if you're feeling a little woozy, just take a nap. Wait, don't do that. You might die. The 3 3/4 inch Boba Fett Return of the Jedi pre-order figure is probably the highest detail of any 3 3/4 inch. I just hope they do an Empire Strikes Back version. It looks amazing. I need to see it in hand to see if it really looks that good, but it does look good in pictures. Yeah. Cole says Razor Crest is worth $350. I wouldn't disagree with you. Unless you don't have the 25th Joes, which I don't. So cool. Again, if you don't have them, go for them.
Yeah, it's a good place to start.
It is. Todd Smith, yes, O-ring style Joes. Totally agree with it. With the wah wah wah, indeed, the sad trombone. All right, that is it. Everybody out there that hung out with us tonight, thank you so much. Again, we do these shows live every Sunday night at 9 p.m. And if you haven't done already, hit that like button. And if you want to be notified when these episodes come on, just hit that subscribe button and the bell icon to be notified when we do our episodes. So, and that's it. John, any last words?
Cheers. See you next Sunday.
Until then, wait, wrong one. There we go. All right, well, that'll do it for this episode of Toy Geeks, and we will see you all next time. Hasta luego, and goodbye.